Welcome back to the channel, guys. It's your boy Seth back again with another video, but this time we have a different type of video. In today's video I'm going to be showing you guys how you can drop your very own nukes in Cold War. I'm going to be giving you guys class setups, telling you certain play styles and what streaks to run, so make sure you guys stick around throughout the entire video and hopefully you'll learn how to get your own nukes. But I must warn you guys that even if you follow these tips, getting a nuke can still be hard depending on how good your aim is or how quick your decision making is in game. But hopefully these tips will help you to get better either way and eventually help you to get your own nuke. But with all that out of the way, let's move on to our first part of the video, which is going to be the class setup. Alright guys, so first up we're going to start off with our class setup. I'm going to be showing you guys first what perks you should be running. This right here is the perk setup that you should be running on every single class. This is literally the best perk setup in the game. In order to run 6 perks, you're going to need to run perk grade. So it lets you equip an extra perk from each category, which is why I have 2 perks in each category. So for perk 1, you're going to be wearing flak jacket and tac mask. This is simple. The reason why you're running this is so that way you can survive grenades and not get stunned and throw your hands up in the air every time you get stunned or get blinded when you're flashed. So those are 2 very important perks to be running. Gearhead, reduce field upgrade cooldown. You want to be running Gearhead because we're going to be running field mics, and it says right there that we can store up to 2 field mics. So with being able to run 2 field mics, we can get 2 very fast throughout the game. That's going to be very helpful when you guys are trying to get your nuke when I show you guys the playstyle. Next up is Scavenger. Scavenger is very important, especially if you're going on streaks, because you're going to end up running out of ammo when you keep getting kills. So you're going to have to end up walking over the dead players and picking the ammo off them, so that way you can keep your streak going instead of having to die to get more ammo. Next up, for our perk 3 slot, we are going to be running Ghost. Ghost is simple. As long as you're moving around, you're not going to be able to be seen by UAVs, which is very important because if they have a bunch of UAVs up and you don't have Ghost on, they're going to know where you're at and you're just going to die off your streak because they're going to follow you around. Next up, we have Ninja. Ninja is also a simple one. When you're running around, you're a lot more quiet and you're resistant to field mics when sprinting. So this right here is extremely important because you're going to be able to run around the map and they're not going to be able to hear you as well. And because the footsteps are pretty loud in this game, so you don't want the enemies to hear you just stomping around all over the place. So that right there is the 6 perks that you should be running on every single class setup. Alright, next up we have our equipment. So first off, we're going to be running the stim shot. The stim shot is very important because if you end up in a gunfight and you win the gunfight but you're super low on health and then somebody else is coming to try and kill you, you can pop the stim shot, be at full health instantly, and then you're ready for the next gunfight and you can take out the next enemy without having to worry about being weak. So I definitely recommend you guys run stim shot. It's very important. Always run stim shot in every single one of your classes. Next up we have the Semtex. You could run C4s or frag grenades, but I prefer the Semtex because it blows up faster. And with the Semtex, if you stick someone, it's a guaranteed kill no matter what, even if they have flak jacket on. And for our field upgrade, we're going to be running the field mic. The field mic is extremely important, guys, because the field mic, you can place it down in an area where you're not looking or where you think enemies are going to come from. And it's going to put a little ping on the minimap showing you that somebody walked into your field mic, and then you'll know if somebody is trying to sneak up on you, and then you can go over there and kill them before they sneak up on you. But if someone has Ninja on, they won't pop up on the minimap as a red dot. Instead, you'll only hear the noise ping from the field mic. This is what the noise ping from the field mic sounds like. Alright, so make sure you get familiar with that sound because whenever that happens, someone is in your field mic, and if they have Ninja, they're not going to pop up as a red dot. So you're not going to know exactly where they are, but you're going to know that they're within that vicinity. So that's extremely important to know. Always be watching out for that when you have your field mic down to make sure that no one is sneaking up on you. Alright, and that is it for our equipment. Next up, I'm going to be moving on to my 5 recommended class setups. Alright guys, I'm going to be showing you my 5 recommended guns that you should be using if you're trying to drop a nuke. These are the best guns in the game in my opinion, but I'm pretty sure in most people's opinions these are the best guns in the game, so you should definitely try these 5 guns if you're going for a nuke. First up, we have the AUG. The AUG is self-explanatory. You can get one burst almost every single kill that you get. It's just super OP. It's literally the best gun in the game. If you want an easy nuke, run the AUG. This right here is the class setup that you guys should be running. We got the muzzle brake, the strike team barrel. If you don't have the strike team barrel, just run the rapid fire. Not that hard. Steady aim laser, front grip, and the speed tape. That right there is the class setup that you guys should be running if you are going to use the AUG. And also run a shotgun secondary. It'll save you if you're out of ammo. You can run either shotgun that you want. I just prefer the Gallo, but it's all personal preference. Choose whichever shotgun that you want. And that's going to be it for our first class setup. Next up, we have the MP5. MP5, it did get a nerf not too long ago, but it's still pretty good. If you guys are going for a nuke, I definitely recommend that you guys try it. It's probably going to be harder to get a nuke with the MP5 though, because it got nerfed. And if you can't control the recoil on it, then you're not going to be able to do that great with it. So use the MP5 if you know how to control the recoil and if you're good with submachine guns. This right here is the class setup that I'm running. We got the sound suppressor so it can be hidden off the minimap. The Ranger, we run the Ranger barrel because it increases our bullet velocity, and bullet velocity is one of the most important things in this game. All of your class setups need to have attachments that give your gun extra bullet velocity, so that way your bullets can hit faster. Next up, we got the field agent grip, the speed tape, and the duster stock. Definitely try that class setup if you like using the MP5. Alright, next up, we have the AK-47. This gun right here is just a beast. It is super good. It does a ton of damage. Definitely recommend you guys try this gun. We have the muzzle brake, the ultralight barrel. The only reason why I have the ultralight barrel on is because I don't have the Liberator barrel yet. But if you guys have the Liberator barrel, run the Liberator barrel. It's going to be super useful since it increases your bullet velocity by 100%. Next up, I have a steady aim laser. You don't have to run a steady aim laser. You could always run a certain type of stock, but I prefer the steady aim laser. Next up, we got the foregrip. I don't have that many attachments unlocked for the AK, so this is why they're all low tier attachments. But you could always run the Spetsnaz grip when you unlock that. And next up, I have the speed tape on. And that's about it for the AK-47. Next up, we have another super overpowered gun, which is the M16. The M16, it's like an AUG. It's a little bit weaker than the AUG, but it's still really good. Definitely recommend that you guys give it a try. First up, we have the mill stop reflex. This, in my opinion, is the best reflex on this gun, so you guys should definitely try this if you need a good reflex and you think the other ones look ugly. Put on the mill stop reflex. Next up, we have the muzzle brake, and then we have a rapid fire barrel. I only run the rapid fire barrel because all these other ones, they get rid of your effective damage range, and I don't like that, and I always want the extra fire rate too, so that way I can shoot faster. So I definitely recommend that you guys put on the rapid fire barrel and not the other ones. Next up, we have the front grip. The front grip is just so that we have less recoil, and the speed tape so we can aim down faster. Alright, so that's about it for the M16. Alright, next up we have the KRIG. The KRIG, it's a weird gun, but it's actually really good. I definitely recommend you guys give it a try because it does a lot of damage. As with the AK-47, I don't have that many attachments unlocked. So what I have on is the mill stop reflex, the muzzle brake, the ultralight barrel. But make sure once you get the Ranger barrel, run the Ranger barrel. We have the foregrip and the speed tape. So that right there is my class setup. And don't forget, when you unlock the field agent grip, put on the field agent grip. One of the best grips in the game. So that's about it for the KRIG 6, and that's about it for our class setups. So let's move on to the next important part, which is score streaks. Alright guys, next up we have score streaks. Score streaks are just as important as class setups when it comes to getting nukes. So first up we have the UAV. You all know what a UAV does. It makes people pop up on the map as long as they don't have ghosts. So make sure you guys are running the UAV. It's extremely important and very valuable. Next up, I'm running the body armor. I run the body armor because if somebody is shooting me in my back, it's going to take them more shots to kill me than it would if I didn't have body armor. So body armor saves me in a lot of situations. I definitely recommend you guys run the body armor. And for our third score streak, we're going to be running the war machine. The war machine is extremely important because with the war machine, every one of the kills you get with it still counts towards your nuke. With all the other streaks, kills from them do not count towards your nuke, except for the bow, I think. But those are the only two score streaks where kills from the score streak will count towards your nuke. So definitely recommend you guys run the war machine. But when you do have the war machine, if someone has flag jacket on, it is going to take more shots to kill. Or if they're farther from the blast, it's going to take more shots to kill. So it's not always going to one shot, but it does one shot pretty consistently. So make sure you guys are running the war machine. Those are the 3 score streaks that you should be running all the time when you're going for a nuke. And that's about it for score streaks. Let's move on to the next part. Alright guys, now that we got the class setup and score streaks out of the way, I'm going to be showing you guys what playstyle that I play in order to get my nukes. So first off, the mode that I always play and only play is Domination. Domination is extremely good because the games last a while, so it gives you a lot of time to get your nukes. And Domination is just really good. The spawns are good. I just like the way it plays. You could always play TDM or Hardpoint if you want. I just prefer Dom. I definitely recommend that you guys only play Dom if you're specifically going for a nuke. We also have Nuketown out right now. Nuketown is pretty good for nukes if you know how to play it correctly, and only if you're playing Dom. Nuketown TDM just goes by too fast, so don't go for nukes on Nuketown TDM, but definitely try if you're playing Domination. But it all comes down to the play style in these game modes that determines if you're going to drop your nuke or not. Basically, you guys cannot play objective at all. Do not go for the B flag. You can cap a home flag maybe at the start of the round, but do not go and capture flags. It is not going to help you because you're probably going to die on the flags and it's going to kill you off of your streak. So if you want to get a nuke, you have to make sure that you're not playing the objective at all. You have to let your teammates do that. But if you end up in a lobby where your teammates aren't even playing the objective, there's a big chance that you're not going to drop a nuke. So make sure that you guys find the right lobby where your teammates are playing the objective and you're not, and that they're going to be able to help you drop your nuke. Partying up with like 2 or 3 friends can be useful for this. You guys can help each other to drop nukes, but I can tell you guys how to play and you're not really going to know what I'm saying. So I'm going to hop into a match and show you guys how I play and how I drop my nukes. So let's get into that match right now. Alright guys, we're here in theater mode and I'm going to be showing you guys one of my gameplays from yesterday where I ended up dropping a nuke on Nuketown. I'm going to be breaking it down for you guys, showing what decisions I'm making, why I'm making them, and how they ended up helping me to drop my nuke. So let's start the video right now. We hear this guy coming up, so we kill him and pick up his MP5 because the MP5 is a really good gun, so it's definitely going to be beneficial to us as we end up streaking. That guy right there is just bad. He should have definitely killed me. I don't know how he didn't, but he didn't. Here, the other guy coming up the stairs, we get him. Now, I'm sitting in this window right now because we're losing the game and the enemies have full map control right now. So if I walk out there, I'm gonna die no matter what because they're just watching the entire map. So I'm just chilling in this building right now, kind of camping a little bit. I head outside because I knew that someone was up top. So I'm flanking around the bottom. Sneak up on them right now. Now, I know one of them has a shotgun, so I'm sitting back and I'm baiting my teammate. I wait for my teammate to push, and then I kill the guy. So that's something that you can do a lot when you're on your streaks. You can bait your teammates. Let your teammates push up and use them as a shield, basically. Because they're going to kill your teammate, and while they're fighting your teammate, you're going to be able to kill the enemy that is killing your teammate. Something that I do a lot. It's pretty messed up, but it definitely does help. So make sure you guys bait your teammates whenever you get the chance. Now we're seeing here, being those 2 guys, simple kills right there. We have our war machine, so we're going to make use of that pretty soon. In fact, we're going to make use of it right now. So we have the war machine out. I'm looking at the minimap, I'm seeing where everybody's at, and I'm shooting my war machine where they're at. So we're just using the war machine right now, shooting it into the hard point so we can get some free kills. I know that there was a guy over there, so I'm shooting my war machine over there. And we're just going to basically watch what I'm doing right now with the war machine. back into our spawn into this building because I know that the hard point changed, so that means the enemies are going to push up farther instead of sitting in their house. So now I'm just chilling back here. I'm a little bit scared, so I'm playing back a little. I know there's guys in that window, so I'm not going to peek the window because they're going to beam me. You see how they're pre-firing it? We're not going to push anything that people are pre-firing because it just means that we're going to die no matter what. So we're staying in this building. A napalm just drops. We don't want to go outside, otherwise we're gonna get caught on fire. So we're just chilling in the building right now. We're a little bit scared. We're playing slow because there's no need to rush the nuke. We can let the enemies come to us. So we're just gonna chill in here for a bit. All my teammates are chilling in the building, so nothing wrong if I'm doing it. We beam that guy right there. I still know there's one more guy on the hard point. He's dead. I know there's a guy mid-map. So I back off from this kill right here because he could have rushed me and it could have all been over, so I backed up. So I'm just sitting in the staircase right now. The hard point is on the house that I'm in, so I'm a little bit nervous. We're sitting back watching our spawn because they're probably going to go around and try and kill us from the back. So that's why I went back there onto the staircase. So now I'm watching this doorway because the only places that the enemies can come from are the back right here, the garage, and the front door. So watching the front door is going to be some easy kills for us. But we're just patrolling the area right now, looking where enemies are and trying to pick up a few free kills. Anytime they get in the hard point, I go onto the staircase and then go in there to get some free kills. So yeah, we're going right here on the staircase. We're waiting for some enemies. A teammate just dropped a napalm, and we put up our field mic. The field mic is going to give us so much intel as to where enemies are coming from and if they're inside the hard point. So we know that guy is right there. We know that there's two people downstairs. We killed this guy in the spawn, and we know there's two people downstairs, so we're gonna pre-aim right here, kill one, and the other one is gone. Now we have our war machine again, so we're gonna call in our war machine. So we have the war machine. We know somebody is downstairs. He ran outside. I think there's still, yeah, there's one in the house right now. I can still hear him. But we're gonna kill the guy off the hard point. Now we're on a 20. We know someone's out there, so we get rid of him. And I think at this point the spawns are flipped, so they're spawning on the house that I'm at, which means that they're going to be rushing me because they want me dead. They know that I'm streaking up on them right now. So they're all coming for me right now. I have my war machine, so I know I'm safe if I'm in this room. It's just a free kill, one shot kill every time. Kill that guy. That was a close call. If I'm 7, I'm going to reload the MP5 because we need ammo. I know a guy's rushing me. I'm going to kill him right here. I know there's 2 more coming, alright? I know there are 2 more guys coming right now, so I'm not going to reload my MP5. Instead, I'm just going to stim up, and then I'm going to, so that way I have full health, and I'm going to be ready for the next gunfight. Get rid of those 2, we get the nuke right there. It's little decisions like that that will help you to get your nuke, because if I reloaded there, I wouldn't have time to finish my reload and stim, so I would have died. So me not reloading is what saved me right there. Me just stimming up is what helped me to get that nuke right there. So it's little decisions like that that are going to help you guys to get your nukes. So we got the nuke in that lobby. That was a very annoying lobby to play in. Those guys had shotguns and M16s. So we had to play really smart in order to get the nuke against them. But that's basically it for playstyle. I showed you guys how I play. Maybe you guys can learn something from that. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, especially if you learned any valuable tips from this. I definitely recommend that you guys watch the video a little bit more than once, so that way you can really dissect the way I'm playing, and hopefully you'll be able to learn some tendencies and eventually be able to get your own nukes. I'd really love to see some of you guys commenting down below that these tips help you guys out. And with all that out of the way, that's the end of the video. I hope you guys learned something from this. That's the end of Nuke School 101. I will see you guys all in the next video. Later. Alright guys, I have a few more extra tips that I forgot to tell you guys about when I was recording. So as a special reward for those who watched throughout the entire video, I'm going to tell you guys them right now. So when you're putting in body armor, the body armor score streak, when you activate it, if you press triangle or whatever button it is to swap your weapons, press that a second after you call in your body armor and it'll cancel the animation, so you'll be ready for your next gunfight immediately. Because otherwise you have to wait for the animation, and sometimes waiting throughout this entire animation will get you killed since it takes quite a bit of time. And next up is going to be sliding. Sliding makes a lot of noise even when you have ninja on, so make sure that you guys do not slide whenever you're trying to sneak up on an enemy. If you're behind them, they don't know you're there, do not slide, otherwise they're going to hear you and then they're going to turn around and kill you. My last tip is going to be proximity mines. Okay, so guys, proximity mines make a noise when activated, so whenever you hear that noise, you guys need to either crouch or lay down, and you'll avoid getting killed by the proximity mine. This is really useful because proximity mines can kill you off your streak if you don't know how to avoid them. So do that, but be warned, if a proximity mine is on a staircase or something above you, if you're above the proximity mine on the staircase and you crouch, it's not going to work. You have to be below it on the staircase in order to survive it. So that's all I have to say about the proximity mines, and that's all the tips that I have. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and don't forget to subscribe if you're new. I'll see you all in the next one. Later.